system at West Sands is actually very linear. It's about 2 kilometres long, and it's very accessible for the restoration project from the beach side, which is great for us because what we do is we do a lot of sand recharges, beach nourishment, put a lot of fencing up, and it's, as I said, it's quite accessible. It's also quite accessible from the landward side, so we do a lot more sort of the recreational side of sand dunes on this side of the project. So things like fencing, the access points, all generally easy to get at. The section down the middle, unfortunately, is really much harder to get at. Obviously, it's a system like that, and you'd imagine the section up the middle would be harder to get at. And what's happened over the years is before we fenced it off, it was a highly attractive area, and a lot of people used it for recreation, and as a result it became quite worn. And the places where it became worn most was obviously where people were going in for shelter. And as a result of that, they usually find, obviously it's quite windy at West Sands, so what people were doing was looking shelter from the wind, and they would often be attracted to the depths in the natural hollows in the sand dune. And so what's happening here behind us is this is actually what I would term as a blowout or a bomb hole or a crater, and it is effectively just a large crater. It is now, it isn't supposed to be. It would have not naturally just been a depression filled with vegetation. But what's happening is that people have used it over many decades, and as a result it's become a bit denuded, i.e. it's lost its vegetation, and as a result of that what happens is that we get a lot of wind. So if it doesn't matter whether it's east or westerlies, it'll come in, it'll create little vortexes in the crater, making it so deeper and deeper and deeper, and that will continue to do so. And then of course what happens is you get the Venturi principle, where you get dune. The dune is like that, effectively the wind's coming over it, but it's coming over at a reasonable speed, and if you have a bowl and it's actually full of sand, it will just lift the sand out. So effectively what's happening is it's being emptied of sand and it's not getting an opportunity to fill it up. Artificially replaced that vegetation that would be there with Christmas trees. It's also protecting against too much wind scour, and at the same time it's creating a nice habitat for invertebrates and potentially for birds as well to come and feed on. So that's the backslot of it. It's not the primary reason we do it. The primary reason we do it is to catch sand, but it's nice to have these secondary effects as well. So a really splendid job. Around about 200 trees we've managed to get in today, all donations from last Christmas, which is really handy, and certainly it's an improvement on last year. I think we got around about 120 trees last year, and I reckon that we've put in 200 trees today.